everyone and welcome back to my channel Little Stitches. I'm Amy and today I'm going to tell you about what I sewed up in February. So the first thing is the top that I'm wearing. So I've got it on with my Tilly pinny. And this is Quick Sew K4069. And it's a polo neck top that I used to do the Little Red Dress project, and I turned it into a dress that time. And so I decided I bought it to make a top out of, so I did that. And I've used a black rib knit jersey, and this was from Birmingham Rag Market, and I think it was £2 a metre. It wasn't very expensive at all. So I got a couple of meters of that. So when I first made this, I think I did a size small and it was quite baggy. So I went down to the extra small, which my measurements really shouldn't fit into. And it's a much better fit for the style of this, because on the pictures it's a tight fitting polo neck. So yeah, and that's what has come out basically. The neckband, again, with my Little Red Dress, it was quite cowly, and so on this one I must have taken out probably about 3 inches of the neck, and it's still like you have to adjust it basically for it to stay up. So it still could do with being a little bit tighter, but I think if I did it any smaller, it would make the join sort of pucker a little bit, or just go a bit wavy, when something's too tight. So I don't know if maybe I can try doing a sort of tapered shape to that neck piece. It's also not that high, so I might make it a bit bigger. I've got a woolly, it's a thin knit polo neck, which I might try and copy the shape and the size and dimensions of that to get a better fit. Or I might just try the Powler pattern, which I think is named clothing. I could be wrong though, could be completely making that up, but I've seen that on a few other vlogs. I sew a lot, and I think on Sew Run as well. They've both made that up, and it looks like it's probably a better fit, to be honest. So I might try that one next year. What else about that? I don't think there's much else to say about that. My sewing machine really didn't like the rib fabric for some reason. I can't work out what it is about my sewing machine, and just most of the time it's absolutely fine with knits, and then every now and again it might just be the cheap ones that it just hates, and the thread will break all the time, and the tension seems okay, but I don't know, the thread just constantly breaks. So yeah, that was annoying. I don't have an overlocker, so I do all knits on my normal sewing machine, and I use the knit stitch, which has always been fine most of the time, but every now and again I just get a fabric it just really doesn't like. So yeah, that was one of them, but I got to the end eventually, but it did take way longer than I thought it was going to take. Probably took about 3 hours, and I thought it'd take about an hour. And then the next thing, so I've been wanting to sew up more basics, which is why I made this black top. And then the next thing I did was the Grainline Studio Hemlock Tee. And this is a free pattern that you can just download straight from Grainline Studio website. And it's a really very easy pattern to sew up. I did it out of this stripy, sort of like an off-white and coral colour. And then I don't know whether you'll be able to see in the camera, but it's got a sort of glitteriness to it. So it's like a gold glitter. It's almost like it's glitter spray all over it. which I really liked. The fabric is from Abercarn, the Manchester store. And I can't remember, it wasn't very expensive. It was probably about, because it was done by the weight, so I think there was about, there was only just enough actually, so I can't see from here how much you need for it, but there was probably about £1.5 meters at the very most, maybe a bit less, and it was about £3, £3.50 for that. So I had to adjust the sizing of the pattern. The pattern does just come in one size, so you do have to adjust it a little bit, because for my frame it was really wide. The length of it was fine. That's actually exactly the same as in the pattern, so I didn't make any adjustments to that. And I don't know if it's supposed to be 3/4 length sleeves or not, but the sleeve finishes about here, which I'm going to actually re-hem it and make it a proper 3/4 length sleeve, because it's not one and it's not the other, so it's just a little bit annoying. But I took quite a lot from the sides, probably about 2 inches on each side at least, and that was fine. I didn't transfer it over to the pattern, annoyingly, because I do like the shape of this, so I do want to make some more, so I'm just going to have to wing it again next time and just take it off the sides again as I'm sewing, and then try and transfer it over to the pattern. But yeah, so that's a nice easy one. Again, just use my normal sewing machine with the knit stitch, and then twin needle on the cuffs and the hem, and it was really easy. That one probably did take about an hour to sew up. I'd already cut it out ages ago, and that took a little bit longer because I was trying to pattern match, which I did all right actually. It was only when I started to then take it in at the sides that it lost the pattern matching at the top, but it's not so bad. I've not done a lot of pattern matching really before, so for a first attempt, it's all right, I think. But yeah, hopefully I'll get. It's still a bit cold for this sort of weight of top at the moment, so it's definitely more of a spring top. But yeah, and then the last thing that I did was for the Instagram moneta party. I actually say moneta most of the time, but then occasionally do say moneta, and I still don't know how you actually pronounce it. I think most people seem to go for moneta, but anyway, it's that pattern, the Colette patterns, and this is a knit dress again, and I've done version 3. And so on Instagram, the Moneta party was organised by the Triple Stitches, and that it's a competition essentially. So everyone was sewing up a Moneta dress and then posting it last weekend, which was the last weekend of February, onto Instagram, and then there'll be a short list of finalists and then one overall winner at the end. So my version is out of some rather crazy fabric that, again, I found at Birmingham Rag Market. So I don't know how shiny this looks. In real life, it doesn't look like crazy over the top, but on photos, because of flash and things, it does look very plasticky, and it's not really. It's very soft. It is a sort of leather look panty, and it's got a pattern on it that's sort of like a damask pattern, but that's quite subtle. But I did pattern place that so that it was nicely lined up on the bodice, and yeah, I didn't have any problems sewing it up. It took me maybe about 3 or 4 hours altogether. I'm quite slow. I like to do things quite slowly. I don't like to rush myself. So did it all on the sewing machine. didn't find, I know quite a lot of people found the clear elastic for the waistband a bit annoying to do, but I didn't. I thought it worked quite well. I got it matched up size wise and everything. I was a bit unsure about doing the pockets because sometimes I feel like pockets can add sort of bulk to your hips where you don't necessarily want extra bulk, as can a gathered skirt. But I don't mind this one actually. I think the proportions of it are all right. So what size did I think I did a size medium. Yes, I did. I did a size medium and it was absolutely perfect fit around the waist, but the top half I did have to keep skimming off width here because it was just, when I first sewed it up, it's quite wrinkly. There's a lot of fabric under the arms. So basically from about that point, I just kept taking it in more and more and then tapering it out again to the proper lines for the width of the armhole, which was fine. It was just literally there was too much fabric here, but maybe if you've got a fuller bust, then you probably fill it out more than me. So yeah, I really enjoyed making that. What else? I don't think I changed anything else. I quite like some of the versions I've seen because it has got a slightly lower neckline on the or backline. Don't know what you call the neckline at the back. Is slightly lower than the front, and I've seen some really nice versions where it's really scooped out at the back. And I think on the Collect website there's sort of hacks how to do that, so I might do another one like that. And I just finished filming and I looked on Instagram and I've had a message to say I'm one of the quarter finalists from the monetaparty, so I'm so excited about that. It's amazing. And yeah, I can't wait to see how it goes. So if you're interested in that and you want to follow along, go to Instagram and search the hashtag monetaparty or monetaparty, however you prefer to say it. And my Instagram handle is @AmyMoore10, and you'll hopefully see that going across the bottom of the screen now. So that's all my makes from February. Hopefully you enjoyed watching, and if you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos if you want to see more, and I'll be back soon. Bye.